Well, hello everyone. Welcome back. Josh here with Josh's Lawn and Landscape. As you can see, I'm in the shop, which can only mean one thing. Probably working on something. Don't worry, Ronaldo. It's not broke. It's Sunday afternoon. I've been doing a couple things around the house because that's primarily the only time that I have to work on stuff of my own here. Except for the other day, obviously I did the little door repair. It was in one of the previous videos. But anyway, what I'm here for is I'm going to be doing some maintenance on the SCAG, but I'm also going to do a 200-hour review of my SCAG VRide 2, 52-inch. So let me get the camera turned around and I'll talk about it real quick, tell you what maintenance I'm doing. I still got to pick up a couple of parts to do my normal maintenance on this, but as far as my schedule, but I'll talk about that. So be right back. All right, so you can see I got the SCAG backed up on the ramps. Got the front of it jacked up. So you can tell I'm doing an oil change. I actually had the drain plug open earlier. I had to run my daughter to a church event, so I just let it drain while I went up there and got her ready to go do that. So it's probably done. I'm just going to take the filter off. So I've already got my oil and filter here. As always, or what I've been doing is the Kawasaki 1040 engine oil. So that and Kawasaki filter. So I know some people will say, well, you could cross that over and da-da-da-da. But hey, I got a pretty good deal on them. I felt like on Amazon, I got a 6-pack of them and then a 12-pack of oil. So I still got enough to do 2 more oil changes. So I'm at least going to use those. Doesn't take much. Get a filter wrench, and it's a 10 millimeter socket to loosen the drain plug here. Tube goes down, drains right off the rail there, as you can see. So, like straight down there. So that's what I'm going to be doing on that as far as the maintenance. And the only thing all I've got to go pick up is a air filter, fuel filter, and spark plugs, because it is a 100-hour interval. Every 100 hours I do oil, air, fuel, and spark plugs. I've mentioned that before. So I had to go pick up those couple of things. Real quick, I'll throw this in here, the John Deere 1025R. I was out doing some field cleanups and stuff earlier after lunch, and I actually just got through kind of greasing the bucket and stuff, and it's got about 230 something hours on it, I believe it is. Actually maybe 250 something, but yeah, so I've been putting it to work today too. But back to the SCAG. So 200-hour review. SCAG VRide 2, 52-inch cut, 24 horsepower, FT 730 Kawasaki. Velocity Plus deck. So, my thoughts. I like the machine. I still think it was a good buy. Cuts very well, which everybody knows with the Velocity deck. It kind of speaks for itself. I really like the deck height adjustment here with the pin style where you just pull it out, set it, button style. This is one thing I will say that they could do better is they could do a little more spring assist with the deck. This thing is heavy. It is, yeah, so it's a little stout. You know, make sure you got a good grip when you are lifting and lowering the deck. Let's see, FT 730 Kawasaki seems to have plenty of power for the 52. I know they also do a 37 Vanguard on this mower, but I'm a Kawasaki guy, so I really like the pad. Very comfortable with the little bolstered sides on it. Kind of holds you in the saddle there, so to speak, pretty well. I think it's an 8-gallon fuel tank. I like the visibility of the fuel gauge. I think I've mentioned this before, like with the Bad Boy, where they had the little cutout up here, and the tank was kind of set in here, and the gauge was on top of the tank. So you would have to kind of look down into the tank from that way. Tiger Eye system is awesome, as you can see there, 201 hours. Service lights blinking because it's at that 100-hour interval. Good steady controls. It can be done one-handed. Easy access to the parking brake here. Take it off, put it on. I like this style where it's basically these contacting the tire, so that's very sturdy there. Everything's very accessible. There's your battery. Very serviceable. Y'all have seen me do a couple of service videos on greasing it. You can easily remove your panels. I think there's 2 wing screws in here. 1, 2. It slides out. I think there's 7. There's like 9 grease points on this, I think. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Excuse me, there's 11. Unless that one is... Nope, there's not one there, so I'm just making sure. So I think there's 11. There's 2 on the back of the deck. 4 on the deck points here. 1 on each spindle, and then 1 on the caster wheels. So, easily accessible. Looks like there's oil filter, drain plug, everything there. Very well built, has a good ride on the suspension platform, and really haven't had any issues with it. One thing I do not like, I know I've talked about this before, shortly after I got it, and I still just don't like it, but hey, these caster wheels suck. I'm just going to say it. That simple. I basically hate them. It's not that I don't like them. I hate them. They dance around, as I've said before. I know Ronaldo loves the phrase. I think it is dance around like a drunk monkey. Yeah, that's what these things do. If you have any uneven places or like ridges, say where there's a dead patch in the grass, if the mower starts to, these edges of these tires catch something, I mean, they want to kick around sometimes, and it can cause the mower to wobble in the front a little bit. The only real thing I've had to do other than maintenance is I did videos on it where I had to replace the wheel bearings and the casters, because there's been one on either side that just completely disintegrated. I don't know if that is just the quality of the initial bearings that went in these. From SCAG, from the manufacturing plant, but they need to maybe step up their game on that. So far so good with the new ones that I bought. I think it might have been a HIPAA kit. I would have to ask my local dealer about that, but he sold me the kit. The kit was only like, I think it's like $20 or so per wheel, which I only had to use one on the first one, so I actually already had the one to do the second one. And so, very serviceable. Like I say, this is a very comfortable platform, very high. So when you stand up on this thing, now this is adjustable, which I'll get to in a second, but you have excellent visibility, as with most standers. But very good visibility here. Like I say, you can see your fuel gauge. Everything's very accessible as far as your throttle, PTO, ignition, choke, everything. So very responsive, good handling machine other than the caster wheels. So overall, that's kind of my thoughts on it. I do a couple of things that I always do is remove the dust covers or whatever you want to call them on the spindles here. it makes it easier to see if there's anything jammed up around it, and also to clean off, in my opinion. So the way they got this set up. So I'll go ahead and take those off, and I always take off the chute flap. I've already taken it off of, you can see it's off the 590 over here. I've already taken it off the Z-Track. And but overall, very nice machine. Does the FT Kawasaki does, in my opinion, pretty good on gas. You get about around a gallon per hour of use, pretty much across the board. And hey, Kawasaki's never let me down. So I guess the question to end this video would be, would I buy this mower again? That depends. So I think I've said it before when discussing this mower. If they would have had actually a quick track, the style of the one that I had before I bought this machine, with the FX 730 on it, I probably would have bought that. Though now they've come out with the new quick track with the 7-iron Pro deck on it. Can't speak to that machine just because I haven't demoed one or anything yet. So, but if it's anything like a Z-Track, just a stand-up version, I would probably roll the dice on that now that it's out before I bought another one of these. SCAG makes a very nice machine. I like this one. You know, so there's no real complaints about it other than the caster wheels, but just kind of would depend on what options were available in my situation when I was buying the mower. So, but other than the caster wheel deal, it's been routine maintenance so far on the machine, and I think it's going to hold up very well. I can't complain too much. So if all of that makes sense, like I said, it would be considered now that I've used it, and so it would be considered. You know, it's kind of a happenstance that I wound up with it just because of the situation that happened with the Bad Boy Revolt that I bought. Excuse me. But that stuff happens, and so this has been a good machine for me. Hopefully it will continue to be so. So that is my thoughts and review, 200-hour review on the SCAG VRide 2. If there's anything that you feel I left out, I kind of think I've covered everything. Be really careful. One quick thing is be cautious when you're leveling the deck. These can be a little tricky on the with the hanging style deck here. So, but I don't have time to get into all of that. I just oh, here we go. I forgot to talk about the platform. This has a rubber suspension thing here. I don't know what you call it, but this is adjustable where you can slide it back this way, and it will allow the platform to come down further, so you actually have a lower stance. So for somebody that's a little bit taller, because I'm about 5'11", so somebody that's a little taller could set those rubber mounts further back to allow the platform to sit a little bit lower to get the proper stance on the pad. So again, very comfortable, very well built, good cut, overall very nice machine, and it definitely wasn't a bad purchase. So y'all let me know y'all's thoughts on the VRide 2. If y'all have one, have demoed one, thinking about getting one, any of that stuff, let me know. I'm going to get this maintenance done on this thing, and then try to get a video posted. So hopefully you enjoyed this review. Y'all let me know what y'all think. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you haven't had the opportunity, hit that subscribe button at the bottom. Leave me a comment. I try to respond to everybody as quickly as I can. And so, thank y'all once again. And as always, y'all be safe, be kind, be blessed. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks, everybody.